I think I might have just found the coolest new piece of golf equipment for 2025. So let's go see what it is. So this is my brand new Power Caddy CT12 GPS trolley. And you might think that's a bit of a random thing to pick as like the coolest new tech or gear of the year. But honestly, the GPS on this is so impressive. This is like the full size of my iPhone. The screen is so big, it's retractable, so it moves up and down to make sure it's protected when you're putting the trolley up and down. And there's just so much detail on the screen. It's literally like a high-end GPS, all touchscreen, full hole display, literally every piece of data you could imagine, just there ready and really accessible on the handle of your trolley. And now obviously we've had loads of trolleys before which have GPS in. I do think they're really helpful just because of how easy it is to see the data. But this is just to a new level. So what I want to do is go play a couple holes with you and just show you how in-depth this GPS is and why I just think this is such a cool new piece of tech. So the big new feature on this is that you can see the full hole display. So we're on the par 5 8th here at Woodley, and I can see the full hole view in front of me. So everything that's between me and the pin, which is extremely helpful here because it's a dog leg and you can't necessarily see everything in front of you. Now it's touchscreen, so I can move and literally get every single piece of data, but I can also zoom into certain areas. So just sometimes if you have like multiple bunkers close together and you want a specific distance over one of them, you can really easily zoom in and see all that data really in depth. Now we have a dual distance functionality on this, so if you move this up to like your average driving distance, so for me it'll probably be around 250, it will then tell me what I have into the green. So it's really easy to kind of pick your strategy on the golf course, which I think is really important for lots of golfers. It also means if you get dog legs and stuff like that, you can look at what club you need to hit to the corner and then what that would leave you into the green and kind of test out different options and see what's more optimal. Now, if you've watched my videos before, you know I'm big into course management, and I do think this just really simplifies things for golfers. Now, this is a bit of a dog leg, but we've got like 290 on the line. I'm going to hit it to run our fairway, so we're all good there to go ahead and hit driver. While you're here, I'd really appreciate if you could take a quick second to hit that subscribe button. Over 80% of people watching my videos currently aren't subscribed, and actually it makes a huge difference to what equipment I can get, what places I can go to film, and what great content I can bring back to you. So it's really in your best interest, so please hit that subscribe button, and while you're there, you might as well hit that like button and drop us a comment about what else you want to see on the channel. So as you move down the hole, the GPS actually dynamically adjusts according to where you are, which means you just don't see any of the hole that's behind you. So as you move down the hole, you're getting a bigger, more in-depth view of what's in front of you, which is obviously important because we don't really need to think about what's been and gone. We need to focus on our next shot and the hazards that are in front of us. Now, I really like the fact that this adjusts to the angle of the green that you're coming in from. So instead of being a straight on GPS at all times, if you're slightly wayward to the right or the left, it's going to adjust those front, middle, back distances and also all the angles and the lines straight for the angle you're approaching from, which I think is really helpful to actually give you accurate information on what the carry distance over hazards are or what distance it is to the front of the green from the angle you're coming from, not just from the middle of the fairway, because those numbers can differ quite a lot. Now, we also have the option on here to move from the full hole view and to go into a green view option. And from here, we have drop flag technology, which means we can move the pin around on the green and get more accurate and specific distances to certain sections of the green. I think this is really helpful because like here on the 8th hole, the green is a lot thinner and narrow at the back of the green. And if you were coming here for the first time, you might not know that. So if you see the pins at the back, you can actually look at that and think, oh, maybe I should be playing a little bit short of that. The green's a lot wider there. It's just giving you more information back to that kind of course strategy and how to play the golf course better. Now, having said that, on this shot, I've still got 226 yards to the middle of the green, so I think it's just a flat out 3-wood and see how close we get. Obviously, if I was maybe laying up and then hit the next approach shot, then I could be more accurate into that kind of front section of the green. That is actually straight at it if it's got the legs. Ugh, very soft bounce. Pretty good shot though. Now, obviously we've seen this kind of GPS technology in like handheld devices that we just carry around the course, put in our golf bag. But the fact we've managed to integrate this into a trolley is pretty impressive. Like there's a lot of tech that goes into that. The fact that it folds up and down just so the trolley can stay super compact, as well as having this screen in it. This is like the smallest trolley on the market and it does fold down really small. So you're getting a lot of different things kind of combined here, which I really like. That was mean. Now, the trolley handle doesn't just do GPS, it also has loads of different functionality built in there. So we can do our scorecard in there. We can also really impressively put our handicap in and it'll work out our stable for points, which I think would really help a lot of golfers and kind of speed up that process. But it also does your statistics. So we can put in here if we've hit the fairway, if we've hit greens, how many putts we've had, and all that information we can transfer to our phone via the Power Caddy app. So that's going to make it really helpful to just help improve your game, track some of your statistics, track your scoring, and see how you're getting on out on the golf course. We like it when we get to put birdies in the scorecard as well. So this is really quick and simple. We literally just tap to say we've hit the fairway, tap if we've had any hazards hit, if any penalty strokes, we can record that, and then how many putts we've had. And then we're back off to the next tee. So I just want to talk you through how I might use this function out on the golf course to use that course strategy and think a little bit deeper and hopefully make better decisions on the golf course. So we're on the par 3 9th here, and you might think, well, Hannah, I can just get the middle of the green number and kind of hit it. And yes, that's true. We've got front, middle, back here, and the middle is 185. But actually what I can do is go into this hole and really closely zoom in on the greens and see where the bunkers are positioned. So for me, I know those left bunkers are really deep and they're not really the place to be. And actually, if you can get past them, you've got a relatively easy flat chip. We can also see the pin is pretty back today, so actually you don't need to be playing to that front section of the green. So what I would do is use the fact I can drag and drop this and get right to the back of that bunker. And I can see here that it's 178 to the back of that left bunker. We had 185 to the middle. We've got 194 to the back. So what I'm going to do is pick a club that definitely gets past that 178 number. So even if I pull it a little bit and end up on that left side, I'm going to carry that bunker, move away from having that really hazardous shot. We know lots of people struggle out of deep bunkers, and that's where you can kind of rack up those doubles or triple bogeys. So actually taking that option out of the shot, playing a club that's longer than that, but it's not really going to get us over the back of the green, just going to make it more reliable that we're going to kind of make an easy par or bogey on this hole. So for me, that kind of takes my 7-wood out of the equation, probably moves me more into a 5-wood. And what I can see is that there's no hazards long here, so the best option is to err a little bit on the long side here. That is perfectly on the back section of the green. Excellent strategy. Thanks, Power Caddy. So I think I've pretty much covered off everything that you can do on the handle here, although you can also measure shot distance, which is quite good for like massaging your ego if you've had like a downwind driver hole like we did over there, because my drive went like 270, which was quite nice. And you can also charge your phone in here. We've got a USB-C fast charger in the bottom of here, which is very helpful because you always have some sort of gadget or device that needs charging. Or at least I do. Now onto the rest of the trolley. I've used a CT6 GPS for literally the last 3 years, so I'm kind of really used to this structure and body of trolley, but I understand a lot of other people might not have used this. And I really like this because it folds down so small. CT stands for compact, so this is the compact range from Power Caddy, so obviously it is designed to fold down small, but if I fold everything down here and invert the wheels, this can literally fit in the footwell of my car, which is really important to me. I travel a lot, I don't tend to pack the lightest, so I often have quite a lot of stuff in my car, so having something that can store really small in my car but also in my house when necessary is really important to me. And I know that's the thing that happens to a lot of golfers. You can really easily run out of boot space, so having something that folds down small is really important. Another big plus for me here is that this is a 36-hole battery, so there's 2 options. You can either go for the standard or the plus battery, which is what I've got, and that just gives me the capacity to play multiple rounds in a day, and this trolley gets me around easily, even if I've kind of got to charge my phone and use the handle in other ways as well. Now, you've obviously noticed I've got a Power Caddy bag on this trolley, and there's a big reason for that. They have something called MagLock in the bottom of this, and it means the trolley and the bag basically attach together, so I don't actually have to use the lower bag strap. But even if I take this off, this is so secure, it's just not going to come off the trolley at all. You know, sometimes you can move around with the trolley and your bag's loose, it ends up twisting around, it's a bit of a nightmare. You just don't get that at all with this. It's so secure, it's really smooth out on the golf course, and I really like that. Now I managed to cram my bag full of stuff. I often have my golf gear, my filming kit, I'm charging stuff on here, and the battery still manages to get me around 36 hole easily. I also really like the fact there's no wires here, so this is plug and play. You can literally just clip it in and out, which makes it really quick and simple when you're putting stuff back together. Oh, shame the trolley can't read the greens for you. Now, the last feature I want to talk about is the anti-tamper button, and that might sound really unglamorous and really nerdy, but do you know how many times over the years I've knocked my trolley either with like my body or putting a club in my bag and it's set off down the fairway and you've got to be really embarrassed and chase after it, and it's so annoying. This button is specifically designed so you can't do that. It doesn't matter if you knock it or hit it on the edges, it's not going to set off. You have to really specifically like press down on the middle section to set the trolley off. And that might sound like such a kind of over-engineered thing, but actually I really enjoy that functionality because I've been so fed up of chasing after trolleys over the year. And it's the worst thing when it happens and you nudge it like just as your playing partner's going to hit their shot. So I really appreciate this little bit of tech from PowerCaddy because I just feel like it simplifies the trolley use a lot and it just means less embarrassing moments for me. Now, having said that, there are some occasions where you might want to set your trolley off without you being next to it. So there is an automatic distance function here, so I can press and hold on the button and then choose to send my trolley 15, 30, 45 yards down the fairway or customise any distance I want, which means I can just send my trolley down to the next tee while I head into the halfway house. Perfect distance control.